this year, for the first time at the IIHF Ice Hockey World Championships, the referees will explain the penalty decisions to the whole arena. You can hear the announcements through the speakers of the arena sound system. All penalties are announced except multiple penalties. Meine Damen und Herren, zum ersten Mal überhaupt bei Eishockey-Weltmeisterschaften verkünden die Schiedsrichter diesen Jahr die von Ihnen verhängten Strafen selbst. Sie können die Durchsage dann über die Arena-Lautsprecher hören. Es werden alle Strafen angesagt, es sei denn, es gibt mehrere Strafen gleichzeitig. The game officials for this game have been licensed and assigned by the International Ice Hockey Federation. Das Schiedsrichtergespann wurde vom Internationalen Eishockey-Weltverband lizenziert und für dieses Spiel bestimmt. The referees of the game, die Hauptschiedsrichter dieses Spiels, Stefan Fonselius und Brad Iverson, der Linesman, die Richter, Benny Hayes. Und hier ist Team Deutschland. And here's Team Slovakia. Time for the starting lineups of both teams, starting with Team Germany. Here the starting six des Teams Deutschland. Im Tor, in goal, number 1 mit der Nummer 1, Thomas Reis. On defense, in der Verteidigung, number 2, die 2, Dennis Heu. Number 10, die 10, Christian Erhoff. Forwards im Sturm mit der 22, Matthias Lapp. Number 43 mit der 43, Gerrit Bowser. Number 89 mit der 89, David Voll. The starting six of Team Slovakia. Here, the starting six der Slowakei. Starting goalie in goal, number 33, die 33, Julius Budacic. On defense in der Verteidigung, number 3, die Nummer 3, Adam Janoschik. Number 11, die 11, Peter Czelezniak. Und forwards im Sturm, number 90, Michael Minklik. Number 55, die 55, Mario Krishniak. Number 87 mit der 87, Marcel Ascher.
Marco Sturm, the head coach of Germany, as Germany gets set to take on Slovakia. And there's Zdeno Seeger, who is the man behind the bench for Slovakia. Dennis Bayak along with John Tripp. John, 3 points each for these teams.
Yeah.
This is a big game.
It's a huge game, and obviously the factor for Germany, and it's a good factor, is the amount of fans they have here. Slovakia is already behind the ball here, but that being said, they finished with a good ending last night in their game, and they're going to have a good game here, I think.
And because of your history here in Germany, we will forgive you if you're a little bit biased in this game tonight. You spent many years in the German league as a player. You've played in the World Championships for Germany. You've played in the Olympics for Germany. So we understand.
Well, thank you very much. Don't be too hard on me.
3 points each for these teams, and they get set to go at it. We know for one thing, the crowd is going to be full of life, as it always is in this building. Erhoff will take it for Germany. He'll get to the red line and send it in. Blocked by Hudacek. And right back out at center and back into the Germany zone it goes. And Dennis Royal will go after it. He was stripped of the puck by Bliznak, and Bliznak almost had an opportunity. Slovakia in on the attack. Haschuk, who had a terrific game against Denmark, didn't score, had 8 shots on goal. Goes in after it, and now it's sent back down the ice. Michel Miklik, he got spilled at the line and brought in across the line by Plachta. Plachta plays it to the front of the net. Fauser couldn't get a stick on it. Dennis Seidenberg is on it, but the net is off the pegs.
Well, it's funny the matchup we have here, because Slovakia, you'll see it a lot today, is in the offensive zone. They like to circle the wagons. They like to carry the puck. They're a perimeter team. They need to get to the net. They want more action. Germany, they play a more north-south type of North American game. And that being said, you saw it right there where Plachta took the puck to the net, and he did a good job at that. So expect a lot of that.
Face off to the left of Hudacek. Dominic Cahoon out to take this face off for Germany. Picked up and cleared up the left side. Kaderna. For Slovakia, couldn't do anything with it. Gernat goes after it. Gernat gets pressured by Kahun, and Chingle is on the loose puck for Juraj Mikuš. Mikuš sends this through for Kaderna. Kaderna will chase it down and play it in behind the net. Battle for a loose puck ensues, and Kahun is up with it. To center, sends it through for Yannick Seidenberg. He couldn't pick it up, and this gets sent down the ice. And this will be an icing call against Slovakia. I imagine Slovakia would like to try and slow this game down at the start as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, they got to find a way not only to take the team out of the game, but the fans as well. And to do that, score a goal.
Germany without a couple of players. Patrick Hager suspended for 2 games for the slew foot on Sergei Mosyakin. And Tobias Reeder of the Arizona Coyotes of lower body foot injury. And he is done for the tournament. They don't think surgery is required, but certainly he will probably go back to Arizona and get checked out by the Coyotes medical staff. Played out through center ice, bounces around. Bliznak sends it back, and it's cleared in by Tchaikovsky. Albitshauser. Back for Germany. Plays this through the middle of the ice, deflected in. Tchaikovsky back for it. He's getting chased. Cleared out at center, and a little bit of room down that far side for Hudacek. Libor Hudacek will knife this around. Slovakia finishing its line change. Triska waits for it at the line and plays it back down low. Hudacek throws it to the far corner. After it, Matuszek. He'll play it for Drevecki. Drevecki sends it back to the line. Shot never got through. Karams to the near side. Triska unloads. And the first save of the game for Thomas Greiss. Gugula will chip this in deep. Tiffels goes in after it. Frederick Tiffels comes up with it in behind the net, trying to get to the forehand. Tiffels elects to just play it back in behind the net. Sedivi goes after it and grabbed off up the boards, and Ziegel will get to center ice, runs into the linesman, but does get it deep. Came off the corner boards to the front of the net, and Greiss had to be careful with it. Moritz Mueller starts from behind his own net. He'll snap it in. There's David Wolf, number 89 for Germany, added to the lineup. 3 NHL games with the Calgary Flames, and added into the lineup because of the suspension and the injury we talked about. Cleared out through center. Haschuk will send this in. 13 shots on goal in the tournament for him. He leads Slovakia in that category. Shot to the short side, and that comes off the backboards. And Matthias Plachta waiting for it to come to the front of the net, but it was grabbed and held.
That was another nice solid chance by Plachta, taking the puck to the net, shooting it. He's got a really good shot. He had a really big World Championship last year, and by doing so, Phoenix did pick him up, and he played for them 2 seasons ago. So he's a really good player and a guy to watch out for.
No score here in the early going. And the face-off will be in the Slovakian zone. Zdeno Seger wanted a better start than what they had last night. They fell behind to Denmark and then had the great third period to come back and get a point out of it. Michel Miklik goes in on the forecheck. Cleared around the boards by Herdler. Comes loose for Kruger, and Kruger will play it back for Herdler in behind his own goal. The long stretch pass looking for Masick. That failed to click, and icing will be the call.
That was a nice little attempt through the long pass. Kind of cool little stat we talked about before with Frankie Herdler. Has had the chance to play with a little bit and got to know him. And, well, he's got something a lot of people haven't done. He's played with his father and his brother on a professional hockey team at the same time. That's pretty cool.
It is.
Either his dad played till he was really old, or he played extremely young on a professional level.
Now you're Gordy and Mark and Marty Houck territory.
Yeah.
Chingle trying to pull it back. Masick is on it. Plays this deep. Yannick Seidenberg going in after it, but it's played around the boards and out. 2 Seidenbergs are brother, the 2 Hudaceks are brothers. Ehrhoff gets taken to the backboards. and Cahoon will carry it out. Finds a little bit of room, played it to the front of the net. That got scooped away. Back to the line for Ehrhoff. Cross ice feed, that was picked off. And back out at center ice, and Tchaikovsky will send this deep. Ehrhoff back, the long lead pass. Gugula plays it, hit the linesman. And that allowed Sedivi to get it right back out. Dennis Seidenberg plays this in. Hudacek will come out. He'll try and play it up the boards. Hudacek gets tied up there with Yannick Seidenberg. And the pass out at center and grabbed off by Dravicki, and he'll play it where Tiffels will go after it. Or Mueller rather. Mueller gets pasted, gets it on to Dennis Seidenberg, and back for Mueller. Mueller with the long shot, that goes wide. Schutz going in after the rebound, couldn't get a stick on it. And back for Slovakia, but it's turned over at center ice by Dravicki. Mueller will send it back for Dennis Seidenberg. Dennis Seidenberg plays it up the boards. Marcus Kink trying to drive it to the net, could not. And right back up the ice for Slovakia. Wrist shot, and that is deflected up and out of play. So they are going back and forth. Matushik, who got kicked out of his last game for an early penalty, back in this game tonight.
Yeah, Germany playing really well structurally. They're closing up the neutral zone. They're doing a really good job getting the puck back, switching lines, getting back on, and getting ready to attack again. It's going to benefit them later in the game.
Slovakia did play last night in that 4-3 loss to Denmark. Stastny with the shot, that got stopped. Goes after it. Andre Stastny in behind the German net. In from the line was Tchaikovsky. It gets jammed past him, and Reimer going in after it. And Surson gets back there first, and he'll play it cross ice. Through center, Tchaikovsky ran into a whole bunch of traffic. And Reimer's on the loose puck. He'll leave it for Ehrhoff. Ehrhoff missed the first couple games of this tournament because of an injury. Felt he was ready to go in game 3 and is back here in game 4. Haschuk trying to track this down. Talked about all the chances that he had. He played 21 minutes and 38 seconds against Denmark last night. So we'll see how much he has left in the tank. There's a long shot. Hudacek had trouble with it as that came from the far side boards, as David Wolf let that one go. Battle in the corner. Wolf trying to dig it free and jam it up the boards. Kept it at the line, Cherasnik. Cherasnik goes to the far side, and this gets snapped in wide. Near side, Michel Miklik through some traffic, let that one fly. And that did miss by a whole lot. Lead pass, Wolf, and this was deflected away. Janasic back into his own zone, but Hudacek, the netminder, will play it up for Miklik. Miklik will send it in. And Dennis Seidenberg, speaking of playing big minutes, just under 70 minutes in the 3 games for Dennis Seidenberg. He'll lead Germany in that category, and so important back there for them. Faceoff will come all the way back. The Seidenberg brothers, certainly a pair of brothers you know very well.
Yeah, definitely. I was able to room with Dennis at the Olympics, and I had Yannick, his little younger brother, for a good 3 or 4 years with the national team, but expect a lot of minutes from Dennis. He was a power plus minus monster this year with the New York Islanders, and he's a great player.
Had a real good year. He's been banged up in past years, but was healthy, and as a result has a new contract with the New York Islanders, but right now on his mind is this World Championship, and this is going to be another icing call, and faceoff will come back.
And the one thing about Dennis I noticed is he's a machine. He loves to work out. He's a very strong work ethic, and that's why he's playing where he is in the NHL.
And chipped in with 4 assists so far in this tournament. So for Germany up next, it's Denmark on Friday, Italy on Saturday, and then Latvia on Tuesday. So they've played some of the big teams early in this championship. Trying to Worked that out front was Skalicki, but grabbed off by Cahoon for Seidenberg. Out through center, Masick deflects it in. Tchaikovsky goes back for it. Plays it for Drevecki. Drevecki slips it back into his own zone. And Hudacek is going to go back and look for a little bit of open ice. Gets it back for Drevecki, for Tchaikovsky. He'll carry it in deep, plays it in behind the net. Kruger is there. Kruger gets it for Herdler. Herdler for Kink, and Kink got drilled by Tchaikovsky. Back at the line, slap shot coming from Kink, and that got stopped. After it, Gugula. He'll play it in the high slot for Herdler. Herdler tried to work it in for a shot, and not a lot of room in the high slot. Tchaikovsky plays it around. Big hit there as Skalicki ran into his man. Kruger at the line. Kruger down for Herdler, and the quick shot went over top of the net. Kruger back. To the line, no further. And Drevecki will play it back into his own zone. Triska for Slovakia. He'll drop it back. Sadevi was looking for a little bit of room. Gets to the line, feeds it through for Zigo. Zigo's shot was blocked. The rebound came to the net. Score! It bounced to the front of the net, and Matuszek was the Slovakian player that took a whack at it, and it finds the back of the net.
Oh, the bounce definitely went their way there, didn't it? It's a good goal. It was one of the few times they actually broke the neutral zone trap from the team, and they came in, and look what happened. You'll see the puck getting up here in the air, just bouncing. Nobody has an idea where it is. Bingo, it's in the net right behind you. Unfortunate goal.
Blocker of Thomas Greiss right there. Is there a chance this is a high stick?
It looks below the shoulders to me. I'm going to say no, but I'm sure they're going to look at it.
Believe they are going to have a closer look at this to see whether or not it was knocked down with a high stick. It comes off of Thomas Greiss's blocker. This will give us a better look. And remember, it's the crossbar.
It looked like the connection where he had it looked pretty even with the crossbar. It's going to be a tough call.
Now again, the call on the ice was a goal. But we saw that last night in the Denmark game. The call on the ice was a goal. And talking to a lot of NHL people and some of the media people, and even we felt that the evidence was not conclusive enough to overturn the call on the ice, but it was overturned. So it is the Canadian referee, Brett Iverson, who is on the headset, and they'll take a closer look at this.
But also, with this goal, we have a better angle, better camera view. It's a bit better than yesterday's goal.
First World Championship for Thomas Matuszek. He was the captain of the Slovakian World Junior team back in 2012, and that would be his first World Championship goal if it counts, and as a result, we saw some excitement from him.
It's going to be a little bit of momentum swing here. Germany has to come out, whether it's a goal or not, they've got to come out hard and try to get that momentum back from Slovakia, building that confidence up.
Marco Sturm, the head coach of Germany, looking on. Talked about what Thomas Greiss has meant to his team. It's allowed them to kind of play a little more of a relaxed game, knowing that you have a netminder back there that could certainly make some saves for you.
I mean, what I like about Thomas is he's a machine. He reminds me somewhat of the New York Rangers backup, Steven Valiquette. They both worked out really hard. They knew their job, and when he got the chance, like he did last year in the playoffs against Florida for the Islanders, he got the #1 spot, and he's earned it. He's done a great job. And it took a long time to get that spot. Well worth it.
Are we getting a goaltending change for Germany? Thomas Greiss has gone to the bench, and Danny Austenbergen has come out and is in goal now for Germany.
Danny Austenbergen, I played with him for a couple of years. He's the championship team from Munich Red Bull the last 2 seasons. They've won the championship. There's 5 players on the team. Danny's a really good goalie. He plays calm. I'd like to know what the change was for.
Here comes the announcement from referee Brett Iverson.
After video review, the call in the ice stands. We have a good goal.
There you go.
So as we suspected, the evidence not enough to overturn the call, and Slovakia does have the 1-0 lead. And here's another look at it. See if we can pick up anything as far as Rice is concerned.
Don't see a whole lot there. He didn't turn funny, didn't go down funny. That being said, Slovakia's going to try to capitalize on the goalie that's not so well warmed up.
So a goaltending change. Danny Austenbergen came in and played 8 minutes and 1 second in the game against Sweden. He made 5 saves on 5 shots that he faced. Tiffel's back in his own end.
I'm watching on the bench here, and I don't see anybody talking to Grice, anything like that. No injury, doesn't see it. Could have been something already had, and it came back to bite him.
Played back to the line. Charaznik goes to the left side. Janosic doesn't fire it down low, off the goalpost. What a chance for Marcel Haschuk, and he can't buy a goal in the last couple of games. Janosic plays it back down low. Haschuk on it again. Gets it back for Charaznik. Charaznik down low. Michel Miklik. He's being chased all the way back to the line. Royal gives him a little bit of a whack.
Very smart by Slovakia here, having puck possession and getting a change.
Miklik at the line, back for Janosic, and back for Miklik. Trying to work it free on that far side, get away from Elise. And now Ehrhoff will take it after a good hit there by Dennis Royal. Janosic back into his own zone as Slovakia making another change, but more importantly, Germany will be able to make a change. As some fatigue was setting in. Hrinka from the near side lets the wrist shot go, and Austenbergen makes the save and hangs on to it. 1-0 Slovakia here in the first.
Torwechsel beim Team Deutschland aus dem Tor mit Nummer 1 Thomas Reis, neuen Tor mit der 33 Danny Austenbergen. Fans auch nach dem Spiel gegen die Slowakei hat das Team Deutschland noch 3 weitere wichtige Vorrundenspiele im Kampf um den Einzug ins WM-Viertelfinale. Übermorgen geht es gegen Dänemark, Samstag dann gegen Italien und nächste Woche Dienstag heißt der Gegner Lettland. Karten für die Deutschlandspiele gibt es noch an den Ticketkassen der Lanxess Arena und auf der offiziellen Website.
So there's the new goaltender for Germany as Austenbergen comes in to replace Thomas Greiss.
What a first shot he had from Haschuk. That could have been I thought he should have pulled the trigger a little quicker. Instead he waited, and goalie's best friend, the post.
Haschuk, who plays in the Czech League, had so many chances last night. On those 8 shots on goal that he had, does have 3 assists in the tournament. Plachta plays this in, tries to work it around Juraj Mikuš. Mikuš rides him out. Chingle gets down low, and Gernat is on it for Slovakia. Sends it past Mueller out to center. Almost an odd man rush for Slovakia. So Slovakia, John, kind of picking up where they left off in the third last night, and certainly have been more offensive than we've seen them.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good match for them right now, better than it was for Denmark at the start. And again, they showed how they worked that perimeter well. It's hard to contain that when you play a man-on-man system.
Zdeno Seeger, their coach, asked about last night, said we took a bad penalty again. And Denmark got the opening goal on that. It has been a concern for Slovakia. Cahoon in for Germany. 8 minutes left to go, period 1. Serson in the corner, couldn't control it. Hudler in from the line. Hurdler waiting for it to come back to him, and now it's cleared. And this will be an icing call, as going back was Konrad Abitshauser.
And there's the chance again with Haschuk. He just gets the post. Danny was lucky there. It was a good chance. And I'll tell you what, he wishes he could get that back again. The goals are so important in these tournaments and points. There's not a lot of room for play.
And there's the frustration on him. The stick goes down, the gloves go down. He may want a new stick and may even change his gloves. So a good start here for Slovakia. They've quieted the crowd a little bit. They've chased Thomas Grice, and now they have an odd man rush. And the lead pass just beyond the reach of Hudacek. Gugula chases him down. King plays it up the boards looking for Felix Schutz. It does get out and brought back in offside. I don't think Hudacek thought it came out.
Hudacek's one of the better players for these guys, having a really good tournament thus far.
1-0 Slovakia.
Let's have a look at the current game in Paris. Finland versus Slovenia. The current score is Finland 0, Slovenia 1. As you see live footage on the screen. Wir wollen eventuell schauen kurz zum Parallelspiel nach Paris in die Gruppe B. Dort spielt aktuell Finnland gegen Slowenien. Es gibt Live-Bilder zu sehen auf dem Videowürfel und der aktuelle Zwischenstand Finnland 0, Slowenien 1.
Here's a look at Thomas Grice on the German bench, and there was no medical staff over to talk to him or anything, so you kind of have to believe there was something that was bothering him going in, and very early in this one he felt he couldn't go on.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Germany, and it brings into question there's still another German goaltender on the market with Grubauer, and that could be a good possibility for the team.
See what happens with Game 7 there. Banked off the boards by Stastny, and Royal back into his own zone. So we talked about having a veteran netminder back there, and Marco Sturm feeling that his players could play a little more relaxed because of that. Now they've seen him leave the hockey game. Frederick Tiffels carries in. Tiffels forced to the outside by Triska. Centering pass never got there, and Triska will skate it out of his own zone. Shovels it ahead looking for Stastny. Stastny couldn't handle it cleanly. Triska gets it again for Zingo. Zingo to Stastny. He tried to get it back to Zigo, and it was intercepted and cleared by Elise. Cross ice and Plachta's on it. Plachta getting chased by Haschuk. Plachta fired it to the front of the net. It got blocked. Mueller is in from the line. Moritz Mueller leaves it in the corner. Taken there and played down low by Fauser. Banks off the corner boards. David Wolf got tripped up on the play, and we are going to get our first penalty of this hockey game.
Well, that's what happens when you keep your feet moving. Good things happen, and as we talked about earlier, Slovakia in penalty trouble once again. Both teams have been fairly disciplined, but Slovakia and Germany respectively are 1-4 in the list for amount of penalties this tournament.
Raznik gets the stick into Wolf, and he will draw the game's first penalty, the 13th penalty for Slovakia. They've killed off 8 of 12.
And you see the stick getting caught right in the skate blade there. It's just bad luck.
Gogula skates it down low. Dennis Seidenberg waits for it and gets it. Seidenberg will play this cross ice. Felix Schutz has trouble with that puck as it skipped off his stick. Plachta in that slot area, and King chops it back up the boards, but Chingle's first on it, and he'll send it down the ice.
Germany playing really confident on the power play with a 30% thus far in the tournament. Very strong.
They've had 10 opportunities so far. Seidenberg to the line. That gets knocked down out of midair. Brinken knocked it down, and almost a chance for Bliznak, short-handed, but he kind of runs out of room and then play whistle down on an offside. Ariel Bliznak has a goal in this tournament. There's a look at Philip Gugula.
Plays for the Kelowna High in Germany. He also played for Portland in the HL for 1 year. He's part of the Buffalo Sabres organization. Very skilled forward. Plays well on the sideboards for the power play.
German hockey in a good spot right now?
They are. They've grown a lot since they first started in the league. They all have new arenas. They're doing very well. And it's tough. You're in the shadow of soccer, so it's not easy.
great facility here. This Lanxess Arena is a terrific building.
Yeah, it's nice to know. When we played here, we averaged 14,000 fans, and we played some close teams. We got up to 20,000 fans, and it's a lot more fans than some of the NHL teams.
Gernat chops this ahead, and here comes Bliznak again. In on Patrick Reimer. Reimer takes him to the backboards, and Cahoon is on it. And we are now into the back half of the power play. Masick will drop it back for Reimer. Reimer being watched on the play by Skalicki. Comes back to the line. Masick plays it back across for Ehrhoff. Ehrhoff for Reimer. Reimer looking for a passing lane. The only one available is to put it in behind the net. Down at the side, a centering pass. That got blocked and grabbed off by Stastny, and he'll send it all the way down the ice. So David Wolf, who is in his first action, getting some time here on the power play for Germany. 15 seconds left in the man advantage. Ehrhoff gets it for Wolf. Wolf takes a bump, sends it in. Serson goes after it to the backboards, gets a little bit of help, but Nikush was unable to clear it. Battle for a loose puck. And the power play is over. And this will get sent down the ice. Back in for Mueller, long shot. Hudacek got the blocker on that, steered it away, and it's right back out at center. Seidenberg puts it right back in. Germany gets back on side as they tag up. Elise in on the forecheck, cleared away from him. And to the blue line and no further as Michel Miklik got bumped. Back for Mikush. Plays this out at center. Haschuk and off a stick as he's stood up at center ice by Seidenberg, and this goes into the Slovakian bench.
Yeah, we saw once again how they clog up that neutral zone. Both Seidenbergs. The first Yannick had a really good check, sent the puck back in, and then Dennis doing the same thing again.
3:37 left to go, period one. Slovakia got off to a bit of a shaky start. They started with Italy, and Italy had them on the ropes. They scored a goal late in the game, took it to overtime, and Peter Chirasnik ended up with the goal in overtime after Giulio Scandella had a breakaway in overtime for Italy, couldn't score as Hudacek stopped him. Julius Hudacek, 2.83 goals against average coming into this game. Gernat plays it for Juraj Mikush, and he'll play this up the middle, and then it's a change defensively. Shot in front as Chingle plays it out front, and that shot never got to the net. Chingle plays it back down low off the backboards. Good hit there on Kaderna, and Schutz will carry it out ahead for Herdler. He'll drop it at the line for Kink, but offside called against Germany. That will negate that rush.
Oh, it was a good little chance with that one-time shot passing the high slot from Slovakia. They seem to get some sort of pressure every time they get over the blue line.
Hudacek comes back out. Drevecki on the near side. Drevecki against Denmark, 25 minutes and 47 seconds. We talked about how much Haschuk played in that game. Drevecki's minutes were even higher, and he has 62 minutes and 12 seconds of ice time coming into this game, and 3 assists for Drevecki. Herdler plays it for David Wolf, and he'll stuff it around the boards. Serson plays it around, and some room on that far side for Skalicki. Skalicki with that size, trying to drive it deep into the German zone. Herdler takes it away, and it's played back out at center. Serson sends it right back ahead for Drevecki. He'll get chased back. Defensive change now. Sedevi goes all the way back behind his own goal. That allows Slovakia to complete the line change with 2 minutes now left in the opening period. Sedevi sees a little bit of room, now feeds it through for Segal. Segal with an assist on the only goal of this game off the stick of Matushik, and the two are back out there now. Sedevi back in his own zone. Taken by Triska, up for Stastny. Stastny stopped at the line, but as that is brought in by Ehrhoff, play called.
Well, the thing with Christian Ehrhoff, we got to get him back in his form if we want to have the German team with success. He's got to use that slap shot on the power play. That's when he's really effective. And I mean, one of the best years in the NHL he had is when he played with the Sundin Twins in Vancouver. He had 50 points, 14 goals. It was his best year.
Came back, thought about playing in the National Hockey League, attended the camp of the Boston Bruins, but ended up coming back to Germany here and playing. Haschuk will send this down the boards. Tiffels goes back for it. He'll start for Germany. Seidenberg, and the pass was in behind the intended receiver. That was Reimer. Charaznik back for Slovakia. The long lead pass deflected in, and Austenbergen will hang on to it. Part of the challenge for Germany to get over the fact that Thomas Greiss is no longer in nets for them?
Yeah, I think so. You know, he's been there since day one. He's their main go-to guy. He's the number one. But they have enough depth. I think they'll be okay.
Austenbergen, 32 years of age. This is his 4th World Championship, but he's only had 2 games coming into this one. Here's a chance for Schutz in on Hudacek, and Hudacek makes a big save here in the final minute of the opening period. As Felix Schutz with that speed got away from Ehrhoff, shot to the short side. Austenbergen struggled with that one, but he fought it off. Chingle after it, Ehrhoff trying to tie him up. So each team with a chance here in the final minute. And maybe there's another one coming. Ehrhoff drills this one in over top the net. Kink on the far side, tied up by Mikush. Dishes it off, and now Mikush will come up with it. Tries to jam it past Gugula, could not. And now settle down, and Slovakia, I think, will be content to just kind of run the period out. Gernat plays it back into his own zone. Taken by Serson in behind his own net, and time will run out. Good period for Slovakia.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was solid by both teams. They both played well. They got the lucky bounce, which is always nice, especially when you're not playing at home. I think both teams, Germany's got to pick it up the next period, that's for sure. And we already talked about Greiss. Experience is a big thing, and that's something they need to count on, but the other players are going to have to step up now.
What a chance for Schutz, and a huge save by Hudacek. So the first period is done. Slovakia up by 1.
Beide Teams mit 5 Schüssen. Johnson von oben befehlen, die Slowakia vor allem Team Germany fahren.
After video review, the culinary stands, we have a good goal.
12 Ingolstadt-Schneewi, die Zeit 9 Minuten 23. 9 Minuten 23. Zeit 9 Minuten 23. 260 Euro. 1 minute after the first period, this was die letzte Spielminute des ersten Drittel. 1 minute after the first period, this was die letzte Spielminute des ersten Drittel.
After video review, the culinary stands, we have a good goal. Stands, we have a good goal. Good job.
Okay, hockey fans, it's the first intermission, and let's have a look at the top 3 saves of yesterday's games. Liebe Eishockey-Freunde, wir wollen mal auf die 3 besten Paraden des gestrigen WM-Tages schauen. Hier sind die Top 3 Saves. Team Slovakia.
So the officials involved in that opening period, as we see Brett Iverson out of Canada, there was a video review of the only goal of that opening period. See whether or not it was a high stick. Thomas Matuszek and Ziegel and Sedivi with the assists.
Right now the referees are, I believe they're looking over the ice. It doesn't look too smooth from up here. I'm not sure if there's water left on it or not, but they're having a discussion about something here.
lot of games. 2 on Friday, 3 Saturday, 3 Sunday, 2 on Monday, 2 again today, but that's the way it's going to continue because there's not a break here until next week.
Yeah, we had a bit of a temperature change from yesterday to today. It got a lot warmer here in Germany. And that being said, Cologne Arena is known for having soft ice. That doesn't help as well.
Zdeno Seeger wanted a better start from his guys. He got it. He wanted them to put pucks to the net, did they?
Yes, and the key to that goal was number 42, Thomas Zigo. He did that. He put the puck, Thomas Greiss saved it with his blocker. It went up in the air, and the hockey gods looked down on Slovakia, and they said, let's bat this one in.
And that was the end of Thomas Greiss, and the officials have Rod, it's been an eventful night here in Cologne. One period is done. There's your goal getter, Thomas Matuszek. And when he scored, it went to video review because it may have been a high stick. And during that entire process, Thomas Grice went to the German bench and took his mask off. So we're assuming it was something that was bothering him earlier. And Danny Austenbergen came in to play goal. And then as the second period was about to get underway, they felt the ice conditions weren't playable. And the Zamboni came out. Only one Zamboni, so perhaps the other Zamboni was the issue. And then the fans John Tripp got into it too as the Zamboni guy started going over areas that he had already done, and the whistling and the hooting started.
Yeah, I joined in as well. We got to get, I was like, get this guy off the ice.
And then as he finally started to leave the ice, there was a round of applause from the crowd here in Cologne. So the second period is underway. But the ice does look a lot better now than what it did as they were preparing to start the period earlier. Čereznik for Slovakia. Played it up the boards. Yannick Seidenberg in on the forecheck. Forced a turnover, and Slovakia will go back and try and regroup. Adam Janosik slams it up the boards, doesn't get it out. There's a chance for puck, and that, or rather for Cahoon, and that got stopped in front of the net. Janosik back for it, tried to get it out. Royal holds it in at the line, but this will be a glove pass.
German defense are doing a really good job holding that blue line and pinching. It's hard for the Slovakians to break out right now.
Michael Surson led Slovakia in ice time 6 minutes and 23 seconds, but the big ice time minutes in that opening period went to Christian Ehrhoff at 7 minutes and 50 seconds and Dennis Seidenberg at 7:02. So the two veteran defensemen for Germany used a lot.
Yeah. And with more ice time, they'll play a lot better, so it's a good thing for Germany.
Cleared in deep. Auchtenbergen plays it into the corner. Chingles on it. And Dennis Seidenberg will track this down. Seidenberg takes a bump from Tomáš Hrinka. There's a long shot. Hudacek stopped it. Hudacek made the real good save late in the period. Off of Schutz. There's a scramble in front. Finally cleared to the line. And finally kicked out to center ice by Mikuš. A bouncing puck that Auchtenbergen had to be very careful with. Back in for Fauser. Fauser takes that return pass from Elise and whipped it wide. Gugula holds it in only briefly though, and back up for Surson. He'll play it for Hudacek, and Auchtenbergen got the blocker on that. Played back to the line, it will come out. And all the way down the ice, Surson had lost his stick. Hudacek with Kink forcing him, and he'll send it up the boards and carried back in by Libor Hudacek. Off his stick, slap shot from the high slot as Tchaikovsky unloaded, score!
Last goal, we may have seen a little bit of inexperienced goaltending there.
So Slovakia with a bit of a strange one. A 2-0 lead. As Libor Hudacek gets his second of the tournament.
And Hudacek's been playing great the last two games. He's had a lot of chances yesterday against Denmark. And there's never a bad shot on net. That's what I've always said. Good things happen when you put it on the net. And it just slipped right between the legs of Danny Auchtenbergen, and he wishes he could have that one back. Germany's in good position. Slovakia had no net presence whatsoever. Just a simple shot on net. But either way, Germany needs to get a goal, so it's time to do it here.
And back to what we talked about earlier about Zdeno Seeger wanting his players to get pucks to the net. There's an example of it working for him. So Reimer carries back in, lets the wrist shot go, and that's off a stick and up and down a play. So a tough couple of days for Germany. They lost Elias Rieder. Patrick Hager got suspended. And now they lose Thomas Greiss.
Yeah. It's not going in Germany's favor right now, but there's still plenty of time to turn around. And there's Libor Hudacek, all happy. Danny Auchtenbergen.
We talked about this being his 4th World Championship, but he has not seen a lot of action in World Championship play.
Yeah, he's played under a handful of games. He's always been the 3rd goaltender. He is there for a reason because he is a good goalie. Germany has good depth in goaltenders.
And not expecting to play, and all of a sudden gets thrown in.
It's tough. And we'll see what happens for next game, what they'll do for goaltender, if Grayson's going to be able to come back or not.
They get the off day tomorrow, and then back at it on Friday against Denmark. Slovakia played last night, lost in a shootout to Denmark. They get a couple of days now. Slovakia doesn't come back into action until Saturday against Russia, and then Sunday against USA, and then they'll close it out Tuesday against Sweden. So after tonight for Slovakia, the competition picks up big time. Masek sends this in deep, comes around the boards. Miklik will play it back out at center ice. Bliznak will try and send it in deep. He does not. Yannick Seidenberg back on it, plays it back in. Masek trying to center it as Julius Hudacek was a little late coming back in. Cross ice pass by Royal, picked off, and Miklik almost had a break, but Ehrhoff covered up. Back in for Kruger on the near side, trying to work it in behind the net. Puck comes loose, Janosic, and he got stopped in the corner. Bliznak in from the line, plays it around the boards, and Janosic hustles all the way across. Tries to play it back down low, but grabbed off and cleared ahead for Masek. Masek through the middle, tried to get that to David Wolf in his first game, and that didn't work.
One thing I like about Germany is they play a strong, solid game. They don't try to cheat themselves. They want to get the puck in deep. They know what they want to do that's going to bring them success. And as you saw here the last 3-4 plays, they're getting the puck deep. Now they just got to work on getting that puck back and retrieving it, getting pucks at the net. That's how they're going to have their success.
Their team depth might be a little better than Slovakia's here, but Slovakia with a 2-0 lead. Zdeno Seeger does have the option of using his bench.
Yeah, and the depth isn't really showing right now.
Centered out front, scramble, and a save made. And he will hang on to that chance from Kuderna in front of the net.
That was a good test for Danny Austenberg in here. You're going to see it's a nice play, putting the puck out in front. He got tipped here, and he's going to get a shot right off the bat, no wasting any time. But Danny was in good position, went down, butterfly, and made a good stop, and hopefully he can build some confidence from that.
Kuderna's another youngster that has had some very good scoring chances in this tournament and is yet to find the back of the net.
They just have a young team in general, don't they? They don't have a lot of depth. They have a lot of, I would say, better options that they could use, but they're not available at the moment.
Well, there's a few teams that have youngsters here for different reasons. Number one, the World Cup, I think, has kept some players out. For some players, it was World Cup, back to their country for Olympic trials, and then into league play. And the season is just dragged on for them, so.
That's tough. There's an 80-game season. In Europe, most teams have 50 to 54 games, and it's a little bit easier. It's not as hard as the body over here.
Tchaikovsky back in his own zone. So again, if you're wondering what happened with Thomas Greiss after the opening goal, Thomas Greiss has basically pulled himself is what it looked like. So we are assuming, and we shouldn't assume, but we will, that something was bothering him going in. There's nothing coming from the German team on it, obviously. Hudacek, and with Gugula coming to the net, Hudacek is going to hang on to it.
And that's one thing we talked about. Christian Ehrhoff, he played over 7 minutes the first period. He had no shots on net. If they want to get any type of action going, he's going to get that much ice time. We got to see some results.
Schutz will come out and take the face-off against Zigo. Goal in the first and a goal in the second for Slovakia. Triska plays it around the boards. So if you take out the shootout goal that Denmark scored, it's now 5 straight goals for Slovakia. They had 3 in the third period last night. They have a couple here. And in looking, Elise will play it back to Royal. Royal's shot, that got blocked. Royal trying to clear. Goes at it with Tomaszek, who scored the game's opening goal. Tiffels in behind the net. Tiffels to the far side. Plays it in for Elise. Elise being watched by Zigo. Lets the quick shot go high and wide. Royal plays it back down low as Germany tries to get some offensive zone time. Reimer to the net. Oh, what a save by Hudacek. The cross ice pass was intercepted and it was headed for the open side. And Hudacek got the stick back and stopped it.
He had the right read there for the pass.
Reimer has it again looking backside, and Triska picks it off, and he'll clear it out at center. How big of a save will that be? Reimer back in, tried to feed it through for Cahoon. Backhand shot, save made. So Germany now with a little bit of pressure. Cahoon watched by Triska. Goes to the forehand, another save by Hudacek. And this will just get set all the way down the ice, and for Triska, he put it right on Austenbergen, so no icing. But Masick will carry it back in as the change wasn't very clean for Slovakia. Bliznak overskated it again, and Seidenberg is on it. Seidenberg in a battle there with Sidibe. Plays it back at the line and then gets it back. Jarasnik trying to block it, and then a good defensive play there. Down low by Andre Stasny, but they don't get it out to the red line, and right back in for Seidenberg. Cross ice, Cahoon tipped in front of the net. Masick with a chance, and Hudacek another big save. But it has been all Germany here the last 2-3 minutes. Wolf turns it over on another bad change. Cross ice, and again a misfire by Plachta. And it goes up into the netting, and the faceoff is going to come outside the line. A wild, wild sequence of events.
The official program of the 2017 IIHF World Championship includes all relevant tournament information, and as a bonus, even a free download of the official championship song Playground by Cascada. It is available at various sex points within the arena and at the pen at a total of €2. Die Eishockey-Fans, das offizielle Programmheft dieser Eishockey-Weltmeisterschaft enthält alle wichtigen Turnierinformationen. Den Download des offiziellen WM-Songs Playground von Cascada gibt es als Bonus gratis dazu. Das Programm ist im Foyer der Arena und im Fanloch erhältlich für alle €2.
Well, we talked about this maybe not being Germany's night with that carom on the opening goal that came off the blocker of Thomas Greiss and got batted in, and after video review they ruled that Tomasz Matuszyk's stick was low enough that the goal counted. And after watching the last 2-3 minutes, you kind of wonder.
They were bringing some serious heat there, and it all started by the line of Patrick Reimer. Scores a lot of goals in the DL, and they did a great job to build some momentum.
And the long change in the second period. Slovakia had 2 line changes that just weren't clean, and yet they had to try and make them because their players were out of gas. Fauser trying to bust his way in. He got stopped. The puck stays loose though, and now it gets turned over. And out at center ice, Brinka will send it in. David Wolf tracks it down. Wolf gets rubbed out in front of the German bench, but does get it in deep. Ilup in behind the net as Plachta was all tied up there with Surson. Gagula plays it back for Dennis Royal. To the line and no further, and back forward Gagula. Fans trying to cheer their team on, and this climbs the glass and leaves the playing surface. Here's that last play.
The goalie had the right read. He's going for the pass over to the side here, got deflected off his stick, and almost went in front of the net, and a great stick play by the goalie. Over here's the break they had here. Going for the pass, just in the skates, not on the stick. And Germany's got to get one here. They're built, they're playing the way they should be, the way they can show it. And eventually they're going to get a goal here if they keep it up. But you got to be careful. Sometimes it goes totally the opposite direction.
A 2-on-0, and they didn't even come out of it with a shot on goal. Tchaikovsky carries in, and that goes off of Dennis Royal. And he felt that one. That one came up high. Big Royal now feeds this through the middle, gets deflected in. Libor Hudacek will play it away from Schutz. Kink is in on it as well, and Schutz has it. And there is a holding the stick penalty coming to Germany.
Right to Marcus Kink here. Offensive zone penalty, never a good thing to get. Marcus Marcus Klink, a big, strong player, plays really well both ends of the ice. We're going to see it here.
Player number 17, 2 minutes, holding the
And you
opponent's
can see his
stick.
hand go right on the blade down there and pull the stick. I'm not sure if he held on to the stick as hard as he could. Nonetheless, it's a penalty. To get through this, we got to see Germany pick it up here. Their power play's not the best going right now. Or sorry, their penalty kill. They're shooting around 63%, and they need to pick it up.
And again to our crew, great camera work, guys, on that holding the stick penalty.
Couldn't have got better.
Team Germany, number 17,
Snapped around the boards by Mueller. And Slovakia back to regroup. Hustle down by Elise. Elise comes up with it. Short-handed chance. And then Fauser stuffed it wide. Drevecki dishes it off, and then he'll take the drop pass and start the power play for Slovakia. For Čeráznik. Čeráznik hits the line and sends it in. Austin Birkin comes out to play it. Bliznak is in on the forecheck. Comes back at the line for Čeráznik. He'll play it on the far side. Miklik sends it down low. And this will come all the way around the boards, and this will get pitched down the ice on the backhand by Dennis Seidenberg. Back across the line for Miklik. Skalicki had a collision at the line. Backhand shot. And a great opportunity as that got taken to the net by Drevecki. And now play whistle down as the net is off the pegs.
Yeah, Skalicki's not too happy. He laid down the ice there. I'm not sure if he was really hurt, but he was laying down the ice like he was hurt, and then he didn't get the call. He got right back up and jumped into the play. So I think he's okay. And the refs do notice things like that, and they won't forget that. You'll see the hit right there.
Was it Skalicki? It might have been Haschuk. I might have misidentified.
Yeah, and it was definitely
It was Haschuk, yes.
definitely a little bit of too much body checking there.
87, not 82 for Slovakia. 1 minute now left to the minor penalty. In a game that's had a little bit of everything. Kept in at the blue line. Mikush controls on the power play. Sends it cross ice. Looks for that return pass and gets it. Comes near side for Libor Hudacek. Hudacek sends it down. Slap shot by Shingle. Got stopped. Shingle trying to dig it out of the pile. Can't. And it's cleared back down the ice.
Good job by Germany getting it out. It's key here. The big difference between a 2-0 game and 3-0 game.
Mikush ahead for Hudacek, who has the second goal. Back to Mikush. Save, scramble, Gernat, the defenseman down in front where he plays on the power play. Gets a couple of stabs at it.
Good net presence, but a good job by Germany coming in there, clearing sticks and letting Danny Alstenberg control that puck and hold on to it. He knows he had a good chance there.
Over in the other pool, big win for Switzerland now with 9 points. The United States over in this pool, and the United States now with 9 points has actually moved into a tie with Latvia, except the U.S. has played one more game. So U.S. now with a couple of days off before they get back into action. Čeráznik plays it back to Drevecki, and he'll give it back to Čeráznik. Power play is over. Miklik throws it to the front of the net, looking for a tip there from Haschuk, and he didn't get enough of it. Haschuk now in the corner, up with it. Tried to play it back down low and does. Bliznak back at the line. Janosic was waiting for it, but it went to the far side. Miklik alone in front, and he couldn't get a handle on it. Janosic fires it, and that got blocked. Back in and sent down the ice by Marcus Kink. Up on the boards, battle on the far side. Mueller plays it in behind the net. Comes to the near point for Seidenberg and back for Mueller. Kink goes to the front of the net. Mueller gets it there. Kicked away by Hudacek. Shot through some traffic by Schutz, and that never got to the net. Gugula goes after it, comes loose, and Čeráznik's going to try and do something with it, but he gets pressured by Schutz and Kink. Kink has it now. Twisting and turning to try and find some room against Zigo, and Zigo does come up with it, and will manage to get this back to the blue line.
Good job here, good transition, not letting the Slovakian team change. They're tired.
The long change really has been a struggle for Slovakia at times in this period, simply because of the fact Germany has put so much pressure on in the offensive zone.
Yeah, they're starting to get over a minute and a half here in the shift, and it's a good thing they got the save there. And it's tough to handle when you're on the ice too long. You start to do silly things when you get tired.
It is a 2-0 game in favor of Slovakia. Another good crowd here at Laxis Arena. The crowds have been good all week, going back to last Friday when the first 2 games of the tournament, Sweden and Russia, US and Germany, both games were sold out. Cahoon and Chingle will face off, and Cahoon wins it. They have tested Julius Hudacek, but he has come up through this entire tournament, has come up with big saves at key times for Slovakia. Odd man rush now for Slovakia. Kaderna lets the shot go. And Ehrhoff went down and may have got a piece of that, and then it deflected over top the net. Gernat sends the long shot in on Ostenbergen, and Libor Hudacek is going to make sure that he hangs onto it.
That was a good bounce back by the Slovakian team coming over here once he gets to the blue line. The defenseman pinch, royal pinch. He has to be careful there. The puck got by him, and there he is looking for a straight shot, missed the net, but they had a 2-on-1 chance there. You see Danny's got a good angle, and just a shot gone wide, and a big chance for Slovakia here.
Kaderna will turn 26 tomorrow. The Vancouver Giants pick in the CHL back in 2008, and did spend some time in the Western Hockey League with Red Deer and Vancouver as Skalicki uses that size of his to get that to the net. You guys that bring some size to that Slovakian lineup. We've got Brinka at 6'5", 214. Back along the blue line, it makes its way out. Tchaikovsky through the middle. And that play doesn't get deep into the German zone. Seidenberg will take the pass, get to the red line. He takes a bump from Skalicki, but does get it down deep. Again, Libor Hudacek, or rather Julius Hudacek, having some trouble with it. Back down the ice, and the blast goes wide around the boards to the left point, kept in by Surson for Skalicki. He'll leave it for Hudacek. Hudacek twisting and turning, gets away from Seidenberg, takes it to the net, save made. Ostenbergen makes the save, a pile up. And are we maybe going to get a goaltender interference penalty or a roughing call on this? Or is it just going to be a hockey play?
And you're going to see Hudacek, he's not big, but he plays real big in the way he plays here. And look at that, he throws it right in the net, there's a good chance. All the defensemen went straight to Hudacek, left the other Slovakian player alone in front of the net. It's a good thing Danny was there, held that puck with confidence, did a good job. But right now, Germany's got to get that momentum back and start building something here. I'd like to see them get a goal going into the third period here.
Wild action. Haschuk and Tiffels after it. Tiffels comes up with it, plays it back for Kruger. Lead pass, some room on the near side and carried in by Hurdler. Taken to the backboards, and the puck taken by Chirazic. Long lead pass out at center. Waiting for it is Haschik. And Elise gets back there to take it away. Off the corner boards, and Germany back to the attack. Reimer, this was a line that got the offense started, or at least had some good offensive zone time for Germany. Picked up by Mitlik, he'll play it deep, and that'll signal another line change for Slovakia. To the line and in for Tiffels. He dishes it off and then gets it back. Tiffels, Reimer, sharp angle try off the side of the net. And picked up and cleared by Matushik. And now a penalty coming up in behind the play as Gugula got dumped.
Philip Gogula not too happy with Mr. Stastny here, but nonetheless they got the call, and Team Germany will be going on the power play for 2 minutes, and 5 minutes left in the period here.
Team Slovakia 59, 2 minutes, hashtag.
Looked like he threw the elbow up there knowing he was coming by. We're gonna see it right here. Oh, ooh, looked like a stick. It didn't.
They have caught him with the back end of his stick.
I think so too, and he's trying to plead his case here that was worse than it is, but they got a power play out of it, so it's good for Germany.
Well, those are the penalties that Zdeno Seeger was talking about. Needless penalties that his team continues to take, although that is their first penalty of this hockey game, so they have been better.
Team Slovakia, number 59,
Chingle trying to jam this out, can't. And it gets kept in. Germany's power play is 30% down low. It goes for Schutz. Doesn't shoot it, sends it cross ice, and it skips away from Gugula. Gugula stays on it, gets it down for Schutz, quickly looking for that far side. And Tchaikovsky all tied up there with Plachta. And Plachta a little slow to get up. Seidenberg at the line for Schutz. And back for Seidenberg. And back for Schutz, slap shot. And Hudacek stands up and makes the save with a glove. Seidenberg has it again. Gets it back from Gugula, tries to come near side for Schutz. Plachta's after it. Back for Schutz. He'll shoot it, that changed directions. And another good save by Hudacek. And then Searson and Tchaikovsky. Clean house in front of the net as Plachta got decked again.
That's an understatement. He had a rough shift there, but he did a good job in front of the net. I thought maybe there should have been a penalty unless the ref didn't blow the whistle, but we're going to see Felix Schutz here working the puck, doing a really good job and going for that magical play in the middle flare for a nice deflection. It just went through the 5-hole, but he's been playing well all night, the goalie, and he did another fine job there.
So a set play there on the power play for Germany, that high tip.
Yeah, it seems to be the thing going right now in the NHL. You see a lot of it with Crosby doing it. It's a great play. It's tough to save. But Germany do have a great control here on the power play.
And now 1 minute left in the power play. 4:20 left to go in the second period. Cahoon back at the line. Cahoon plays it down to the goal line. Gets it back from David Wolf. Slap shot, save made, rebound. Hudacek down as he stopped the shot from Reimer. The loose puck played there for a second. Wolf trying to get it back down low, and he does. Masick plays it for Cahoon, for Ehrhoff. The blast score! Patrick Reimer. A one-timer and a power play goal has Germany on the board and has the building jumping.
Not a good feeling for him coming out of the box. It was a very good goal, very important goal heading to only 3.5 minutes left in the second period here. Patrick Reimer, in the last 6-7 years, he's had 20-plus goal season. You see him feed the top, up to the top here with a nice slap shot and a good one-timer short side, making a tough save. And I thought Slovakia did a good job on their power on the penalty kill here. The D had very active sticks, but can't stop that one-timer with a really good shot. Patrick Reimer very happy here, and Ehrhoff giving each other big hugs there, big ups.
A big goal for Germany. With 3:49 left to go in the second period.
Goal for Team Germany.
It was the second power play of the game for Germany. As Tarasnik went for tripping earlier. Yannick Seidenberg plays it back into his own zone. Tiffels, no room to get into the Slovakian end, circles and now sends it in, but he'll send it up into the netting and we'll get a stoppage.
Tiffels, you can just watch him with the puck and how much confidence he has and how well he skates with the puck. He'll turn around the direction and attack right back. He's doing a really good job. You don't see too many Germans. I've noticed, I've said this, we don't get a lot of Germans that go NCAA university. And he's doing that. He's playing at Western Michigan. Andy Murray, an old coach of mine with the LA Kings. He's the coach there. I'll tell you what, he's going to be a good player in a couple of years.
Dennis Bayak, John Tripp here in Cologne. Germany and Slovakia. Germany, score! Elise gets this through Julius Hudacek, and this game is all even.
Well, the first 2 goals from Germany come from 2 players that play together and actually on the same line with the Nürnberg Ice Tigers in Germany. And that's a big killer for Slovakia, but a great momentum builder here. We're going to see how they work the puck here. Important, they win the draw right off the bat. Searching for the shot to the net, and Elise just comes around, nice backhand, and a 5-hole goal here. We're going to see it again with the slap shot. Good job blocking that shot. Picks the puck up, just fires it through on his backhand, head down, right through the 5-hole. It didn't even go along the ice. It got right up high there, and a big goal for Germany.
So Julius Hudacek has been so good. That is one, yes, that he would probably want back. And again, all started with a penalty nowhere near where the play was. Tarasnik back for Slovakia, looking for Haščák off his stick, and now a penalty coming to Germany.
I didn't see this. It was really bad timing for Germany to get this penalty late in the game.
Kruger stood up on Haščák. There's Elise who gets the tying goal. And now Kruger to the penalty box.
Justin Kruger, Canadian, German, Swiss citizenship, plays for Bern in the Swiss League, sorry. And his dad, well, pretty well known, not just in Europe, but in the NHL as well. Former coach of the Edmonton Oilers, and you see him getting the puck right up there, and I think he hit him on the visor, but yeah, hit him right in the visor, and he played it really well to get a penalty, and that was a tough one.
On the follow-through, which in the National Hockey League sometimes is not a penalty, but
we are responsible for our sticks, correct?
Correct. Gravecki, as the linesman ran into Miklik, and that creates an opportunity for Fauser. Fauser to the short side, and Hudacek got a piece of it. So some of the breaks that went against Germany earlier starting to turn a little bit here for the home team.
Great job by Fauser on the PK. It's the second chance he had in the PK, working really hard.
Gravecki sends it back for Miklik. 3 power play goals in the tournament for Slovakia. Sent back down low. Bliznak back for Miklik. Miklik works it back. Juraj Mikuš, he'll send it cross ice. Shot through some traffic, and that just missed. Miklik back at it again. Mikuš back for Miklik. Miklik sends it to the goal line for Bliznak. Haščák in front of the net. Miklik back for Mikuš. Mikuš doesn't shoot it. Miklik does, and that got blocked. And then slapped down the ice by Royal.
Good pressure from Slovakia there. Putting pucks on net. Miklik sounds like something should be on a menu at McDonald's, doesn't it?
Out of the zone now, Mikuš. He'll drop it back, and Chingle will carry it in. Chingle with a little bit of room against Tiffels. Kept it at the line. Hudacek slaps it down low. Kaderna goes after it, got away from him. And Elise will get it to the line, but not out. Kept in by Gernat. Gernat sends it down low. Kaderna back up top. Surson plays it cross ice. Power play for Slovakia. Surson, the shot blocked. Rebound blocked. Austenberger, couple saves. It's on the goal line. And Austenbergen, as it comes off the post, grabs it and holds on.
Well, it's the second time, second chance they got off the post there, and Danny Austenbergen's happy with that. What a chance they had. Just sitting right there on the doorstep, nobody was there. You'll see the shot from the point here. A couple guys hacking, whacking, and you see Gernot with the backhand. It just slips through. Oh, and Chingle there just had it sitting on the back doorstep, and Danny just got a piece of it in the lucky time there.
He stuffed it under Austenbergen.
That's a big break for Germany right there.
Round puck, round post, he hit it square.
Yep.
And then grabbed and held. .53 seconds left in the period. Power play is over for Slovakia. So 2 goals in the back half of this second period for Germany. Tchaikovsky, he got bumped and knocked down. There was some size going shoulder to shoulder. Dennis Royal, 6'4", 229. Slap shot from the line, up's deflected out of play.
Dennis Royal is a big man. I played with him and against him. He's about 6'4", 6'5", 230 pounds, very athletic. And for that size, it's something special there. And you can see right there when he lays his shoulder in. But here's that one-timer there from Reimer. You see the second goal here coming around with a nice backhand through the 5-hole again.
Backhander always a little tougher for a goaltender to pick up.
Yeah, you're never going to know where it goes.
Well, if the building was a little quieter earlier in the second period, it's come alive now.
Definitely. The only noise we had was when the Zamboni was getting off the ice, but now it's another story.
Haschuk moves in to take the face-off for Slovakia. Comes up the boards, David Wolf couldn't control it. And a shot there by Miklik, and another good save by Austenbergen, who has settled in after coming in to replace Thomas Greiss. The goal that beat him was not a good one.
No, but he's starting to come into his own here, and you can see that we had 59 seconds left in their zone here. Key draws here, the face-off. Germany needs to win a face-off here to get out of this zone. Never get scored with a minute left in the period.
Back at the line, cleared but not out. Sent all the way back down by Hrinka. Good work by Chingle in behind the net. Leaves it for Gernat. Gernat being watched by David Wolf, threw it to the side of the net. Finally taken by Plachta, and Plachta will control it. And Germany will finally get it out of its own end, down into the Slovakian zone it goes, and this period comes to an end, and a great finish to the period for Germany.
Much better period here from Germany, and they continue the same way. Now it comes down to a 20-minute game, and it's going to be a very important period for some very important points here.
Reimer and Elise get the puck past Hudacek, and it is 2-2 after 40 minutes of play.
In the second period, Team Slovakia 2, Team Germany 2. Der Stand nach dem zweiten Drittel zwischen der Slowakei und Deutschland 2:2. Einige auf die Schussstatistik im zweiten Drittel.
Go boys. Jump more.
Both teams are playing at full strength. Team Deutschland wieder komplett. Both teams are playing at full strength. Team Deutschland wieder komplett. Both teams are playing at full strength. Team Deutschland wieder komplett. 2:2 nach 2 Dritteln. Eben im 2. Drittel haben wir 3 Tore gesehen und jetzt auf dem Videowürfel werden wir noch einmal 3 Tore sehen. Die schönsten 3 Tore des gestrigen WM-Tages. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen, the top 3 goals of yesterday's game.
Diamonds in the night, shine on us, play with the light. Bring out my inner child, take me back to another time. Round and round, won't let my feet touch the
Big hand for Team Slovakia.
Julius Hudacek has faced 19 shots. And between Thomas Grice and Danny Austenbergen, they have faced 19 shots as well. Austenbergen coming in after the opening goal. And Thomas Grice left the ice surface. Looks like he pulled himself from up here. Didn't get any medical attention at the bench, so we assume it was something that he had coming into the game. 2 goals, 27 seconds apart by Germany in the latter part of that second period, and we have a 2-2 tie. This gets cleared all the way down the ice. Wolf goes after it. Janosic gets pressured there by Plachta, and it's cleared out at center ice. And you want to know how important this game maybe is from Germany's standpoint. Christian Ehrhoff was 9:03 in that second period. Dennis Seidenberg was 8 minutes even, John.
That's big minutes, and you know, Ehrhoff got an assist there, so it's helping out.
Chingle centers, but it's gobbled up by Cahoon. Cahoon got tied up at center ice. And Chingle back in his own zone for Slovakia. For Gernat. Gernat swings it up the boards. Kaderna will send it in. Hrinka goes after it. Kaderna back for Hrinka. Hrinka back for Kaderna. He'll chase it to the far side. Yannick Seidenberg gets there first. Tried to play it up the middle. Kept in briefly, and now Dennis Seidenberg will take over. To center and in. Tchaikovsky getting pressured by Cahoon, played it up the boards. Icing was waved off on this. Near side grabbed off by Dravicki. For Hudacek. Around for Skalicki. Skalicki played it to an open corner. Picked off, and Germany will control. Albertshauser out at center. Gugula will send it in. King goes after it. Played up the boards and grabbed off by Skalicki. Skalicki will send Hudacek in. Libor Hudacek puts on the brakes. Hudacek sends it rink wide. Dravicki will take it off the sideboards, plays give and go with Tchaikovsky. Skalicki and Hudacek in behind the net for Slovakia, but Germany able to clear, and here comes Christian Ehrhoff. Ehrhoff will drop it. Shot through some traffic by Gugula. That got blocked, and an odd man rush now for Slovakia. Maybe a 4-on-2, and they go offside.
That was a close one. That was a good chance. Philip Gugula, he replaced Christian Ehrhoff, who went to the net, and Philip got caught on defense. And obviously he's a forward. That was a benefit for Slovakia, but they end up getting offside here, and this is it's a big period for both teams here. The schedule's a little bit different. Germany's already played their hard teams. Slovakia's coming to the hard teams now, but Germany has to use this and use their points, get their points.
Well, we had Germany with a 2-on-0 in the opening period. They never got a shot on goal. This was a 4-on-2 for Slovakia, and it was offside at the line. Seidenberg plays this back for Tiffels. Tiffels with some speed, cuts to the outside, cuts to the inside, let the shot go. That may have hit Patrick Reimer, his teammate. Peter Triska plays it around the boards, and this gets all the way back as it got away from Moritz Mueller. The veteran Dennis Seidenberg for Reimer. He'll jam it into the Slovakian zone. And back for Stastny. Stastny was in the penalty box when Patrick Reimer got Germany on the board with a power play marker. And 27 seconds later, Elise had the tying marker, and that's the way we stand here early in the third. Each team 3 points as far as the pool standings are concerned. Janosic tried to play it up the boards. It got blocked. And Charaznik will cover up. Plays it for Michel Miklik. Miklik goes rink wide. Haschuk coming cross ice looking for Miklik, and that got deflected up and out of play. And big time minutes again in this last period. As far as Marcel Haschuk is concerned, he played 8 minutes and 3 seconds for Slovakia.
I don't see it changing too much with Seidenberg, Ehrhoff, Miklik. They're all playing big minutes, and they're all having a lot of success here. So I don't see the coaches changing anything anytime soon.
Both teams do have an off day tomorrow. Germany back in action Friday against Denmark. Slovakia in a back-to-back situation. And how much effect will that have down the stretch here? They'll have a couple of days off after this game. They'll play Russia on Saturday.
Which they're doing a great job for having back-to-back, and they can enjoy the day off tomorrow, which is nice. But they're doing a great job so far. I don't see them getting tired as of yet.
And not only back-to-back, last night's game, 5 minutes of extra time, and then it went to a shootout.
Yep.
Gernat
sorry, Germany's going to need a better game against Denmark. Those are also big points, so every game's important.
Back to the line, played deep. Germany coming off the 6-3 loss to Russia. That's the game when Patrick Hogarth got a match penalty for the slew foot, and he is suspended for a couple of games. Masick with the shot, that never got through. Masick on it again, dishes it off to Cahoon. Cahoon back for Ehrhoff. Ehrhoff plays it back for Cahoon. He's being pressured there by Gernat. Lets it go for the middle of the ice, and that got blocked in front. Hudacek winds it up out of his own zone. Hudacek getting hounded there at center ice by Masick, but he does send it in. Skalicki is in after it. Grabbed off by Royal. Skalicki bumps with Masick, and the puck loose for Hudacek, and he'll play it back for Tchaikovsky and back for Hudacek. He tried to sneak it through the middle past Felix Schutz, and that didn't work. Tchaikovsky will send this in. This is going to be icing. Nope, they wave it off. Schutz plays it for Kink. Kink being watched on that far side by Ziegel, squeezes by him, drops it for Schutz, and he tried to get it back to Kink. Kink now gets rubbed up, and that allows Triska to pick up the loose puck. Ziegel for Stastny, and Gugula on the backtrack takes it away. Gugula has Tiffels with him to the line, and Tiffels in full flight expecting that pass from Gugula, and it's offside.
Both teams right now are doing an excellent job at a transition game, going back and forth, and you saw Marcus King go wide there. Like you said, it was a 3-on-2 or 3-on-1 there, and they didn't get a shot on that, and that was a really good opportunity.
Look at the two coaches. Nervous times for them. Janosic to center. Dennis Seidenberg had him lined up. Janosic went down. Mueller in his own zone, having trouble there with Haschuk. And Seidenberg comes all the way back and starts it out of his own zone. Seidenberg will skate it to center and slam it in. And another offside being called. A little bit of a discussion going on in the corner there.
Right there, talking about who has the better jersey.
I think so. Maybe what they were going to do in the off day tomorrow. Face-off will be outside the line. Germany beat the United States 2-1 in the opening game, then lost 7-2 to Sweden, and then lost 6-3 to Russia.
Which Russia right now, their power play is unbelievable, and that's what hurt Germany with Hager's penalty, 5-minute, or match penalty, sorry.
This gets cleared all the way down the ice. Back at the line, slap shot, that just missed. Sent back down low. Grabbed off by Tiffels. Looks for some room and finds some, carries in and knocked off his stick. Chingle plays it around the boards. Brinka waits for it. Ehrhoff jumps in, and then Ehrhoff gets decked, and that brought a reaction from the crowd, but play goes on. Dravecki gets it, and Gernat will dump it in deep. Up the ice for Plachta, backhands it in, goes in after it. And Dravecki will pitch this out at center ice. And offside, now called against Slovakia. 2-2 tie here in the third.
Congratulations and a big cheer to Mr. Anthony Boyton for being Skoda fan of the game.
Livy plays it around. Sent out at center ice. On it is Stastny. Doesn't get it deep though, and Royal will clear it right back out. And Hudacek will leave it there for Triska. Peter Triska just parks while everyone gets into formation. And then the nice long left wing pass. And a little bit of room and a good save by Austenbergen on that short side, and now Ehrhoff in front of the net in a big-time battle with Matushik, who had that opportunity, who also had the opening goal of this game. Back in for Mueller, and again offside called against Germany.
Following block 1 after 50-50 on 3, 8-514974. Your jackpot win is €1,795. Please come to the entrance southwest to the 50-50 stalls. Thank you. Meine Damen und Herren, bei der 50-50 Batterie hat folgende Losnummer gewonnen.
Face off outside the line.
Über €1,795.
Both teams have been guilty of nullifying some of their own odd man rushes
Bitte kommen Sie zum Eingang Südwest.
by going offside. Cherasnik is stopped, Bliznak is on it, gets chased by Schutz, pair of 55s, and Cherasnik has it again for Miklik. He'll just bounce this in wide. Austenbergen deflects it away with his stick. And Gugula for Mueller. No room for him up the boards as he got pressured. Bliznak trying to send it back down low and does. Miklik is after it. He got rubbed out of the corner, and Schutz will play it ahead for Seidenberg. Seidenberg for Masick. Brooks Masick trying to get it to the side of the net. And back up for Miklik. He'll go rink wide. Hashchuk trying to send it in deep. Fanned on it. Hurdler will play it back into his own end for Gugula. Gugula will dish it off. He'll head to the bench on the line change. Hurdler with a little redirect for Tiffels. And into the Slovakian zone it goes. Juraj Mikuš after it. He didn't get to it first. Masick did, and the centering pass ends up all the way at center ice. Chingo will play it back into his own zone. Welcome those who have been watching Finland and Slovenia. 5-2 Finland win. Here it is 2-2. Dennis Bayak and John Tripp with you. 2-2 with 10.5 to go. Slovakia had a 2-0 lead. Collision in the corner between Hurdler and Drevecki, or rather Hurdler and Gernat. And Gernat is still down.
Dennis, both these teams are getting excellent chances, but it's all about the unforced errors right now. They're doing it all to themselves. The other teams aren't really preventing it. And you're going to see here with a nice pass. Gernat made a great pass. It's a little too high and out of the way, but Germany, they left him uncovered, and it was a fortunate roll for Germany here.
So Gernat getting some attention, and now up and making his way back to the Slovakian bench, who plays the front of the net on the power play, the defenseman does, and got tangled up there with Hurdler. Goal in the opening period from Matushik that got reviewed, whether it was a high stick or not, but more importantly from a German standpoint, that was the end of Thomas Grice's. Didn't look as though anything happened on that play, and he just got up and went to the German bench. And Danny Austenbergen has been in since. And Libor Hudacek made it 2-0. And then in the latter stages of the second period, Goals 27 seconds apart by Reimer and Elise. Tied this game up at 2, and that's the way it stands. No room along the boards for Royal, and Ehrhoff back into his own end. Christian Ehrhoff and Dennis Seidberg have played huge minutes in this game for Germany, and Julius Hudacek will come out and freeze this.
Seems like we haven't had a lot of play in the Slovakian end zone for some time here. 10 minutes left in the game, 2-2.
Libor Hudacek and Julius Hudacek are brothers. And what's interesting is that Julius is the older one and he's the goaltender. Normally it's the younger one that's the goaltender because the older one wants something to shoot at.
It's the battle of the brothers today with the Seidenbergs. Who's been better?
Yes. Dennis Seidenberg sends it down low, sharp angle chance, save made by Hudacek. Didn't know where the rebound was, and Stastny had to get back quickly and clear it away. Seidenberg will regroup, played through the middle. And a good defensive play there as Masick got sandwiched and then knocked down as Sedivi and Triska closed in on him. Into the back half of the third period. Jammed out front, Hudacek is down as Cahoon tried to stuff it. Zigo tied up there with Dennis Seidenberg. Seidenberg played it off the back of the net. Cahoon on it again. Plays it back to the line. Masick for Cahoon, tried to come back to Masick, and it's gobbled up. And Zigo will get across the red line and send it in.
Germany doing a great job getting some pressure. Deer jumping in the play. They're getting a lot of action, do a lot of little things right now.
Seidenberg back, snapped it off the boards, a redirect for Felix Schutz. And it didn't get as much on that shot as he would have liked, and a good save by Hudacek. Back up for Haschuk. Plays it into the middle of the ice for Bliznak. He tried to get it back, and it was intercepted, and Alberthauser comes back for Germany for Felix Schutz. Schutz the long shot off a stick and high. Alberthauser back behind the net, but Janosic is there to break it up. Plays it for Haschuk, and he'll chop it to center. Alberthauser slowly out of his own zone as the German fans cheer their team on. Plenty of fans here from Slovakia as well. The atmosphere has been terrific in this building tonight. Elise trying to bust through, and again close at the line, but again offside is called.
We're gonna see the play here, just putting the puck on the net. It got tipped. There's a nice little juicy rebound coming out. But Slovakia's right on the spot there, getting that puck out. You're going to see some nice breakouts here by Germany, and Felix shoots with a good shot on net. Felix, he's been around for a while. He played North Buffalo Sabres organization with Portland, also played a couple of years in the KHL, currently playing in Sweden.
Played all the way back. And Germany back to regroup. Royal the long lead pass. This misses everyone. Elise though with that speed of his in on the loose puck. So Gernat back out after getting shaken up on the last shift. Chingle gets it to the line. Ehrhoff kept it in, but only briefly. And now the return pass intended for Kaderna missed him, and that allows Germany to turn it back into an offensive chance, but Reimer overskated it. This gets banked off the boards and cleared down the ice, and this will be icing against Slovakia.
The other thing I love about this term is the short time that these players are together. It's not the same stress, there's no money involved, they're playing for their countries. They're only together for a month or so, if that's about it, it's done. It's all about building the chemistry quick and being effective. Basically, I hate to say it, get in and get out and get the job done.
Bowser, as the face-off comes back at the line, slap shot by David Wolf, and that didn't get through. As Gernat went way up to block it. Mueller sends this cross ice. The wrister from that far side by Gagula never got through. And now the crowd reacting again.
Well, that's the one thing the fans in Europe will do. They're basically soccer fans, and they'll shout at everything and try to help you get a penalty.
Mueller for Wolf. Wolf plays it cross ice. Good defensive play by Sedivi to break it up. Kept in at the line by Plachta. Hudacek trying to get a stick on it, can't. Surson trying to bat it out of the corner. Controlled, sharp angle chance. That was blocked and back up the ice for Slovakia. Drevecki plays it into the middle of the ice. Plachta breaks it up, lost it, but then it is cleared away by Fauser. Surson, Drevecki, and he'll play it all the way back into his own end. Čereznik, as we get entertained by the crowd, cleared in, and Austenbergen will deflect it away. Albertshauser back after it, getting pressured there from Haschuk, and Hurdler takes the pass through center. For Yannick Seidenberg, his shot goes off of Čereznik and wide, and Miklik will play it back out at center. But right back in for Yannick Seidenberg. Čereznik takes a run at him. Masek plays it back in behind the net, looking for Cahoon, and a nice outlet pass by Chingle. And out at center for Miklik. Miklik trying to feed that through for Haschuk. Haschuk knocked it off the stick of Hudler, and Austenbergen had to be alert on that one and hangs on.
Game attendance is presented by Eventim, the official ticketing partner of the 2017 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. Thank you very much to 17.647 spectators. Die offizielle Zuschauerzahl wird Ihnen präsentiert von Eventim, dem offiziellen Ticketing-Partner der IIHF Eishockey-Weltmeisterschaft 2017. Wir bedanken uns bei 17.647 Zuschauern.
Zdeno Seeger in behind the bench for Slovakia. Saw his team down 3-0 going into the third period last night against Denmark. They rallied, they tied the game before they lost it in a shootout, and then they had the 2-0 lead in this one and saw it slip away in 27 seconds.
Now they're not. The good thing is they're not sitting back like they did yesterday. I think they learned from it, and they're doing a good job here.
Fauser will send this down the ice. And Gernat goes back for it. Martin Gernat, the long lead pass. Ehrhoff stepped up and broke that play up. Chingle jams it through the middle. Kaderna with the wrister from the left side high. Schutz on the backhand, trying to pitch it in, does. Goes in after it. Gernat takes him to the backboards. Puck comes to Ehrhoff, slap shot, save made. Hudacek as he picked that up a little late. Quick slap shot from the veteran Christian Ehrhoff. This will get deflected in. Quick line changes for both teams. Drevecki on the backhand will knife this deep. After it is Hudacek. He got bumped in the corner and the puck is cleared by Reimer ahead for Elise. Elise with Tiffels. Some speed on this line, but it gets turned over. Skalicki for Hudacek. Back for Skalicki. And back for Hudacek. Miklik off the bench on the loose puck. Plays it back for Haschuk. Slap shot from Surson, and that just missed. Čereznik is in from the right point, gets it back for Miklik, plays it around the boards, but Slovakia in a change, but good hustle off the bench by Haschuk. Down for Miklik, back for Čereznik, sends it down low, sharp angle try there by Bliznak as he put that to the front of the net. And now Elise will skate it out for Germany. That line looking for a change. Elise plays it deep and heads to the bench. Plachta all tied up in behind the net with Janosic, and it's out at center. Albertshauser back for David Wolf. Wolf winds his way in. Wolf to the backhand, to the forehand. And lost control of it at the side of the net. Slap shot. And that got tipped up high, and that went wide. And now Kaderna trying to chip this past Albitshauser, could not. Wolf is back on it. And he'll slam it in. Bowser needs a line change and finally makes his way off the ice.
Well, if either one of these teams want to get a goal here, we need to see some more shots on net. Germany has 5 shots, Slovakia only has 3, and it's a big change from the second period where both teams had 14 shots each.
I'm not sure the teams are sitting back just playing for the point. There has been some chances. There's been some rushes that have been nullified by offsides. Girdler plays this in. Hudacek will stop it in behind the net. Played up for Skalicki, it got away from him. Ehrhoff back for Royal. King comes off the bench. Or rather, Nasik off the bench and gives chase. Played up the boards to the line, and we're into the final 2 minutes. Sent back in by Schutz. Tchaikovsky is chasing him. Royal at the right point this shot. Ehrhoff from the left point, and that got steered away by the defenseman, Serson. 4 changes for Slovakia. And down the ice, and an icing call against Germany.
Well, here we go. 1 minute, 26 seconds left, 2-2 game. Potentially overtime, which I love watching 3-on-3 hockey. And I'm not sure if people know, but this rink here is especially big. You know, Olympic ice surface is a lot bigger, a lot more room to skate. Sometimes when I was playing this, it's like there's too much room to skate.
Marco Sturm, Jeff Ward in behind the bench, and Marco Sturm has called a timeout with a tired group because Slovakia made the line change and Germany could not, and then the puck got iced.
That's a good call by Marco. Get some rest. Can't change your line on icing, so let's keep the same one. These guys need a rest, but both teams are benefiting from right now, but definitely more from Germany's end.
Second year for Marco Sturm behind the bench for Germany. Played 54 international games for Germany, 3 Olympics, 4 World Championships, a World Cup, 2 World Juniors, and 3 U18s. And
pretty good rap sheet, eh?
Not bad. Speaking of veterans, we had a little glimpse there of Christian Ehrhoff.
There you go for a big face-off. Felix Schutz taking the draw.
Face-off win by Bliznak. Played down low by Miklik. After it, Haschuk comes up the boards. Kink trying to spin off a check. Miklik blocks it briefly, and then again sent down the ice, and this is going to be another icing call.
Germany not hesitating to ice it, but Slovakia keeps putting the heat on here. And you see they're changing lines right now, not giving Germany a chance to get a break here.
So after the timeout, it will be up to these 5 players for Germany to make sure it gets down the ice. And a good job, this does get out without it being an icing call. Julius Hudacek plays it up. Kaderna at the line, offside against Slovakia. I think the players are thinking the linesmen, are they calling this, what are they bringing this back to?
Might have been from the line where the pass, it was an offside, but it might have been from the own zone. But they're definitely discussing this because they don't agree.
And they're right. This, or they, well, they can't be calling it an intentional offside, or maybe they are. So the face-off comes down into the Slovakian zone. Gernat getting chased by Elise. Kaderna deflects this down the ice, but this is going to be an icing call. And the face-off is going to come back, so players, I think, have struggled with some of the decisions by the linesmen all night. Rene Jensen of Denmark and Judson Ritter of the United States. As the heat gets cranked up in this game with 55 seconds left in regulation. tied up in the face-off circle. Reimer's shot, Karam's off a skate and picked up, and this is cleared down the ice by Hrinka. Back in for Elise as he'll try and carry it in, and he does. To the backhand save made by Hudacek, and Libor Hudacek will take it. Slows it down, drops it back into his own end. Tchaikovsky drops it for Surson. Back for Tchaikovsky, gets to the red line and sends it in. Slovakia one last line change, but that allows some room for Reimer. And now a line change for Germany. Drevecki will play this in, and for the second straight night here in Cologne, we are going to overtime.
Well, it's going to get just a little bit more intense here with this overtime.
So now, Slovakia and Germany have 4 points each, tied with Sweden. Overtime when we come back.
The score of the third period, Team Slovakia 2, Team Germany 2. Nach 3 Dritteln steht es unentschieden 2:2 zwischen der Slowakei und Deutschland. As the score is tied, sudden death overtime. The follow of the 3-minute intermission. The next goal wins the game. The overtime will be played with each team at the numerical strength of 3 skaters. If the score is still tied after overtime, a penalty shot shootout will follow. Nach Ende der regulären Spielzeit steht es noch unentschieden. Das heißt, nach einer 3-minütigen Pause folgt dann eine 5-minütige Verlängerung nach dem Sudden Death Modus. Wer das nächste Tor schießt, gewinnt. Gespielt wird 3 gegen 3. Sollte in der Verlängerung kein Tor fallen, wird die Partie im Penaltyschießen entschieden. Ein Blick auf die Schussstatistik im dritten Drittel. Shots on goal in the third period. Die Slowakei mit 3 Schüssen, Deutschland mit 6 Schüssen. Team Slovakia 3 shots on goal. Team Germany 6.
Marco Sturm saw his team outshoot Slovakia 6-3 in that third period. The shots 25-22. After regulation, it was 1-0 Slovakia after 1. And then they went ahead 2-0 early in the second. And then goals 27 seconds apart in the back half of the second period by Germany. And that's where we stand, and we head to 3-on-3 overtime. Slovakia already involved in one overtime game. Carried back at the line, dropped by Drevecki. For Cherasnik, and back for Drevecki. In fact, a couple of overtime games. They beat Italy in overtime and then lost to Denmark in a shootout. So they've got some practice at this. Libor Hudacek tees it up and ripped it wide, and again, offside is called at the line.
Both teams, especially right now, overtime, we can't have this. You need better timing. You know he's going to shoot it. Take your time, come from behind, build up your speed, then attack the net.
And again, the players don't think this was offside. Faceoff comes back outside. Haschuk. As Dennis Seidenberg will take it. Seidenberg plays it ahead for Reimer. Reimer puts on the brakes. Dennis Seidenberg was jumping to the front of the net. Pass never got through. And Tchaikovsky will play this back for Miklik. Michel Miklik winds his way in. Puts on the brakes. Plays it to the front of the net. Austenbergen made the save. Miklik tried to stuff this back to the line. Pass through the middle, and a good play on the backtrack by Haschuk as he knocked that out of midair, or Plachta was gone. Miklik plays this back for Tchaikovsky as Slovakia starts to change. Chingle had it taken away from him. And here comes Elise to the outside, trying to get back to the forehand. Good play by Elise and a good save by Hudacek. Tiffels, as the speed is on the ice now for Germany. Tiffels back for Elise, watched by Miklik, brings it to the front of the net and couldn't get a handle on it. Elise on it again for Tiffels. Now Elise to the bench. Tiffels being watched by Tchaikovsky. Plays it down low. We are in overtime, centered out front as Masick maybe tried to bank that off a leg with Hurdler in front of the net.
And some great patience. It's what I like with the overtime from Team Germany. They're attacking that. You're going to see Elise here build up some speed, take a look, take it wide. He's going to cut in here with a little cut and a nice shot. Try that 5-hole like he did with his goal today on the backhand. Slovakia more taking their time, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Germany's just go, go, go.
Elise in his third World Championship and has been a factor in this game. Brinka plays it back. Bliznak with some speed to the line and in for Hrinka. Big Hrinka takes it behind the net, works it out front, trying to get it to the forehand. Being watched closely by Cahoon. Hrinka again around the net. Leaves it for Juraj Mikuš. And Mikuš being watched, trying to get away from Gugula, who lost his stick. Hrinka, wrist shot, and he fired that one high. And it goes all the way around the boards and back into the Slovakian end of the ice. So that allows Gugula to retrieve his stick and head to the bench. Drevecki through the middle, couldn't control that pass, and Plachta is on it for Germany. And now 90 seconds left in overtime. Reimer on it again, finds a little bit of room. Big save, Julius Hudacek on the shot from Reimer. And here comes Drevecki to the line, dishes it off. Libor Hudacek leaves it for Surson. Surson having trouble with it. Now finds some room, and the wrist shot is blocked by Dennis Seidenberg. And now a minute left.
What a shift by Patrick Reimer there, making a great switch. Slovakia make a mistake on the switch and not quite regrouping quick enough.
Hudacek drops for Drevecki, save made, Austin Birkin.
Oh, it seems like that was their first shot in a while there for Slovakia. You see it right here, Patrick Reimer having a little change-up issue with Slovakia, catching him, taking a good shot, going for the lower left here. Nice blocker save.
Huge save by Julius Hudacek. So each team with a point, they're playing for the extra. Chip to the front of the net. And as Charaznik tried to get there, stick got knocked out of his hands. He looked over at the official. Play goes on, and another save by Hudacek off Elise. Elise has it again to the front of the net, deflected and taken by Miklik. Gets away from Tiffels. But Tiffels can skate, catches up to him, gives him a bit of a whack. Miklik goes cross ice, slap shot by Bliznak, misses the target, climbs the glass and goes out of play.
Good play by Danny Austenberg, and he loses his stick there. Great rush, we have a 3-on-2, coming up wide with it, cuts across with a nice pass over, gets the pass back, and a great one-time shot. I mean, my eyes for Slovakia, he's the player of the game right there, the goalie. He's made some big saves and keeps the team in.
Shots in overtime, 5-3 Germany. And at least 2 of the 5 shots have been glorious scoring chances. Kuderna gets it for Chingle, big save. by Austenbergen.
Wow, what a play. You think with 7 seconds, the game's just gonna end down. A little mishap here with a deflection, nice pass in the middle, and he's coming in, it's going 4-3, and a shot and a big save by Danny Austenbergen. Playing a lot calmer than he did in the first 2 periods.
Jingle looking blocker side.
Yeah.
And one more face-off with 2.6 seconds left.
Still some time here, it's a big shift. They're talking out for the one-time shot here, it looks like.
Tied up in the face-off circle, one last chance for Kaderna. And another save by Austenbergen.
Good job in 2 seconds getting a shot off like that. That's not a lot of time.
So we are headed for a shootout.
Three different shooters from each
For the
team
second
will
night
take
in a row.
alternate shots until the size of goal is scored. If the game is still tied after 3 shots, the shootout will continue with a tie-break shootout by one player of each team with a reserved shooting order. Auch nach der Verlängerung steht es noch unentschieden. Es folgt also das Penalty-Schießen. Beide Mannschaften stellen 3 Schützen. Sollte danach noch keine Entscheidung gefallen sein, geht es im sogenannten Tie-Break-Modus weiter. 1 gegen 1 in Umgekehrung. Will take the first penalty shot. Team Deutschland wird im Penalty-Schießen beginnen.
So Marco Sturm has his team headed for a shootout, and considering they were down 2-0 in the second period, as much as I think both these coaches would have liked to have a regulation win and pick up 3 points, that's not going to happen. Zdeno Seeger, for back-to-back nights, will go to a shootout. Last night it was Libor Hudacek, Marcel Haschek, and Grebecki that were the shooters. Neither scored. Morton Green ended up with the only goal in the shootout.
I mean, it's stressful for both the coaches. They're losing hair as we speak right now. They're big points. I've seen Danny Austenbergen in shootouts. We'll see if he can hold his own today. I'm definitely picking Reimer to go out in the one shootout here. He's been really good on breakaways. He's got a nice little get the goalie to drop, top shelf play.
Germany will shoot first.
I also think Hudacek and McLick are good picks for the Slovakian team. They played really strong today, as is Haschek.
And who will lead it off?
For
Germany.
Slovakia standing arm in arm here, all standing up together, got to link the team unity.
It'll be Cahoon. In on Hudacek. Cahoon to the backhand, scores.
Nice goal. The big Cahoon.
Dominic Cahoon goes to the backhand and finds some net blocker side.
Nice top shelf. Won the championship there this year with Munich Red Bull in the DEL, German Hockey League.
So it'll be Tomáš Hrinka. First to shoot for Slovakia. He'll fire and a save made by Austenbergen.
Good chance, thought he had that lower side. I thought it went off the post there. You'll see him coming in. Got a good heads up here and goes for the point, or goes for the top shelf and just went off the post.
Blocker, post, and out.
3 posts today.
Brooks Masek next to shoot for Germany. He'll go to the forehand, lost control of it.
He had him there, just nice play, couldn't hold on to the puck. You see him get the goalie to drop a little fake to the left, pop over to the right, just couldn't play it.
Lisnak next to shoot. Lisnak with the shot, and he fired it high.
That's a good speed coming in, going top shelf. You see Danny Austenbergen has a good angle. Nice right between the pipes, just got a piece of it off
the shoulder and over.
That was a good shot.
Good shot and a good save.
No Patrick Ryan today.
Elise can win it for Germany. Elise to the backhand, and he lost it. And now it's up to Austenbergen.
Keeping things exciting. You're seeing he just overplaced the puck a bit, couldn't get the backhand on it.
Michel Miklik has to score to extend the shootout. Miklik in on goal, and he fired it wide, and Germany will come back from a 2-0 score to win it in a shootout. So they'll pick up the 2 points. Slovakia will pick up 1 for the shootout loss.
There you see Miklik, my favorite last name in the tournament here. Puck's rolling, just couldn't get the shot off he wanted. But Germany got what they wanted, and that's the win at 2 points.
So for the second straight night, Slovakia does not score in the shootout. Germany wins this by a score of 3-2.
Slowakei 2, Deutschland 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the best players of each team will be awarded with the official watch by Tissot, the official timekeeper of the 2017 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. Meine Damen und Herren, liebe Eishockey-Fans, die besten Spieler beider Mannschaften werden dann ausgezeichnet mit der offiziellen Uhr von Tissot, dem offiziellen Zeitgeber der IIHF Eishockey-Weltmeisterschaft 2017. The prizes will be presented by, die Preise werden übergeben vom Botschafter der Slowakischen Republik in der Bundesrepublik Deutschland, the Ambassador of the Slovakian Republic, Dr. Peter Lisak. Und der deutschen Eishockey-Legende, the German Ice Hockey Legend, Erich Kühnhagen. Best Player of Team Slovakia, der beste Spieler des Teams Slowakei, Number 11, die Nummer 11, Peter Ceremonies. And the best player of Team Germany, der beste Spieler des Teams Deutschlands. Number 95, die 95, Frederik Tiffels. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Germany. Meine Damen und Herren, bitte heben Sie sich für die deutsche Nationalhymne. once again, a big hand for both teams. For Team Slovakia. Und einen Riesenapplaus für Team Deutschland. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship will continue tomorrow in the Access Arena at 4:15 p.m. with the game Team Russia versus Team Denmark. The second game tomorrow will be Team Sweden versus Team Latvia. Meine Damen und Herren, die Eishockey-Weltmeisterschaft geht morgen in der Access Arena weiter mit 2 Spielen. Um Viertel nach 8 nachmittags Russland gegen Dänemark und dann abends um Viertel nach 8 Schweden gegen Lettland. Und noch einmal der Hinweis, Team Deutschland braucht eure Unterstützung auch in dem nächsten Spiel. Übermorgen geht es gegen Dänemark, Samstag dann gegen Italien und nächste Woche Dienstag heißt er gegen Lettland. Für alle Deutschlandspiele gibt es noch einen Ticketkasten der Access Arena und auf der offiziellen Website der IIHF Eishockey-Weltmeisterschaft. Das war's für heute. Kommt gut nach Hause und nochmal einen Riesenapplaus für Team Deutschland.
Danny, congratulations on a big win. How hard was it to come in that early in the game cold?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was pretty tough. We didn't have so much shots on my net, so they gave me a little bit of a hard time at the beginning, but later on I got some shots and I could find a way in the game.
What happened to Thomas Greiss that you had to step in?
He felt, I don't know, he felt not so good. You gotta ask him. I can't tell you anything, so.
How important was this win for your team moving forward?
Oh, it's a big step. So we have now 5 points, and yeah, we want to get some more points.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Das dritte Penalty wird von Michael Wickling ausgeführt. Penalty wird von Michael Wickling ausgeführt. Platz 3. Dominik Cahoon. Das entscheidende Tor. Deutschland wird von Dominik Cahoon geschossen. Game-winning goal by number 72, Dominik Cahoon. Das entscheidende Tor im Penalty-Schießen, der Torschütze mit der 72, Dominik